What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Full Sets Reimagined. I finally have another set to share with you guys. It is up here on the screen right now. This one is called Talonrage Fury. Now, I'm going to be straight up front with you guys before we get any further into this video. I don't think I like this set very much. I really don't. I tried to come up with ways to make it good, and there is no way that I can think of in my mind to really think that this is really a good set. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try anyways. And if that's what you're here for, cool. Or if you just want to hear me be like, I don't really get this, that's cool too. Or if you're bored already and you want to click off the video, go ahead, because I understand. But anyways, let's just go ahead and get on with the video. So let's log into our game here. Okay, so now that we have fast forwarded through time and made that jump cut, and we are now at the point where I've already taken all the pieces, put them in the cube, and I lined them up in order. And the reason I did this is just to emphasize the level at which you can equip each one of these pieces. Now, the first one you'll be able to equip is going to be the Berserker's Howl. This one you can equip at level 18. It's going to give you +1 to Barbarian skill levels and +1 to Terror. Now, Terror is a little bit interesting simply because it actually is a Necromancer skill we actually gain access to by getting this. Now, if you don't know what Terror does, all Terror really does is you can cast it, whenever you feel like casting it, basically. Obviously, I know I'm stupid. But anyways, let us continue. You hit the fucking button to cast Terror, and then when you do, you the monsters run away in fear from you. So that's okay, right? I mean, it isn't amazing, but if you're a barbarian, then I understand why you would want something like that, because sometimes you get into those situations, right, where you're just getting gang effed all over and it feels like there's no way for you to escape, and you're just like, oh man, I'm gonna die, especially if you don't know how to use leap or if you don't really have very good faster hit recovery. So now you can just hit Terror and they'll run from you instead of you having to run from them, which does make your life at least a little bit easier. Up next, the main reason why I'm not really digging these set pieces is because of Warlord's Pike. Now, I know barbarians do use Pike sometimes. I understand that, but I feel like there's no real benefit for you to be using a Pike. I know there's the debate around where people say, okay, you can use a two-handed weapon for a whirlwind barb, but most people will tell you that, at least in my opinion and other people's opinion, I'm sure there's going to be that guy in the comments that's like, actually, and that's cool, but dual grief seems to do better than a Pike. Now, a lot of people seem to think that Pike will extend the range of whirlwind. It will only extend the range by 3, and that's it. It caps at 3. So it's not really all that great. You would be better off using a, thunder mace or something like that, thunder hammer or something like that. Not the one that actually looks like a hammer. I'm talking about the really big mace that you can get, because the hammers can have a 50% innate elemental damage on it, and it also does a 10% bonus from your strength, right? So look it up, it's in there. Just go read the documentation, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But anyways, so I personally feel like I would much rather have that giant hammer or dual grief or almost any other unique item, like unique swords that I can use here, as opposed to a Pike. I'm just not really getting it. Sure, this one gives you 125% enhanced damage, repairs durability, right, in 20 seconds, yada yada. Okay, I mean, that's great and all, but I don't really know of any like really good viable builds with a Pike for a barbarian, and maybe I'm just stupid, and that very well may be true, and if it is true, that's fine. I'm sure someone will correct me and I will admit my mistake. But even putting all of that aside, I just don't like the way it looks to have a barbarian using a Pike, man. Like, you're looking like the Act 2 mercenary while you're out there looking like you're all roided out and stuff, right? And instead of using something that you think this like thick burly guy should be using, like smashing demons' heads in, you're out there with a little Pike, just going. That doesn't look very intimidating, does it? Am I intimidating you by doing? No, I'm not. I probably look like a fucking idiot, don't I? I do. I do. Okay, so I mean, that's just how I feel about that one. So anyways, let's move on. We got Shattering Fist right here. It has a defense of 35. It gives you a 10% chance of Crushing Blow. Crushing Blow is good. You always need Crushing Blow. Anytime you can have more of that, you'll be better off for it. You also get 21% to defense. And we go over here to the next piece. This is called Chaos Heart. It does have 2 sockets. You can maybe put some Ethrunes or something in there if you want to. It's going to give you 120% enhanced defense. And it's also socketed with 2. That's it. That's literally, it says it right there in blue. Like, that's literally like the thing that's supposed to be cool about this is it drops with the 2 sockets, I guess, you know. So anyways, so once we start putting this stuff on, so there we go with our helm. Next up, we're going to go with our pike. And what did we get? Oh, okay, we got Replenish Life plus 5. Moving on, we get 30% increased attack speed. Okay, that's a little bit better. Now let's go ahead and put on the gloves. What are we getting for that? We're getting plus 20 of the strength. We're getting another 35% enhanced damage, which is admittedly good for a barbarian because most of our damage is probably going to be coming from that strength right there because we're primarily a physical weapon user at this point. It's still really not that great. And then obviously, you know, you can see that's all we're getting for that. This one, you gain plus 1 the combat skills. So cool. We got plus 2-ish kind of going on. And the 30% increased attack speed, I already told you about that. So let's go on and see what happens when we put on this final piece. Now we get damage reduced by 10, 40 to life. Not bad if I'm level 22, right? When you can equip this. I'm really struggling here, guys, because obviously this is a lower level set. But even for being a lower level set, maybe it's just my own personal taste, but the pike is just throwing me off, man. I probably would never use that pike. And the issue with that is you know, you're not going to gain the extra barbarian skills, 30% faster hit recovery, enhanced damage, replenish life, all resistances, 50% better chance of getting magic items. Like, if we take that away, all right, let's take away our pike and see what happens here. Now we're just getting 35% enhanced damage and replenish life. Now, we do get the 1 for combat skills. So I guess you could say, well, you could trade it off for having plus 2 in combat skills and then just use it, you know, dual wield something else. Yeah, you know, I mean, I guess that is true. But all in all, I'm just not getting it. I'm just not getting it. You know, I'm just really not digging this one. And I apologize because I almost never, ever come on here and just be like, no. I almost never do that, guys. It's true. But here I am today doing that. And I'm sorry, man, if I'm pissing you guys off, but I feel a barbarian should not be using a pike. You know, I really don't understand it. Now, someone might be like, well, what about Breath of the Dying, right? Like, you could put Breath of the Dying and put that onto a Whirlwind Barb. You can, but Dual Grief is still better than that. So what, like, is it supposed to be cool because you can, like, stay at a distance from the enemies, maybe? I suppose, you know, like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm really sorry. I am, because I really wanted to like this thing. And, you know, I leveled up this character so I could show it to you guys. I will show you some gameplay at the end of the video here, and you can tell me what you think. Sure, we're one-shotting just about everything, but, like, this weapon is very slow, even with the increased attack speed. This weapon is extremely slow, way slower than I thought it would be. I mean, this guy is just Like, that's all the gameplay is for this. And if I wanted that, I would just keep my mercenary alive. You know, I mean, yeah, cool. You could use them for, like, item find and stuff like that. But again, yeah, I just don't get it, guys. I don't really think I have anything else to say. So here's the gameplay. Enjoy. And hopefully I'm not about to lose like 50 subscribers just because, you know, I don't like a set piece. So everybody take it easy, and I will talk to you guys next time. Later.